Okay, so currently I have the contents menu working now, as can see. So now what I want to do is I want to have these links showing only when you hover your mouse over the contents heading. And this will be controlled, as we can see in the code here. So what happens is that in the MakeClassic component, as you can see here, there's a whole heap of props that go through, and then it goes down to the links right here, and you can see that the ship underscore name prop has been passed in. So what happens is that, as you can see here on the Evolution Part 1 page, each ship gets mapped and then it goes through a classic ships component and then comes into a MakeClassic component. So what I'm trying to figure out is how do I go to a HoverContents component here, and when the things that you've got to take into account are like, if you go down to early life, it goes down to there, that's an ID for a div. So as you can see in this component here, that div has an ID called early. So you've got to take into account the IDs and the ship underscore name prop to pass it into the HoverContents component. And here is what the HoverContents component looks like here. Basically what I've got is I've taken an example from Codes and Box, I think it was. It's got like a toggling sort of system where it toggles, and then you just you return the contents heading, and you've also got this.state is hovering, and the links come up there, you see. So it's all got to be controlled by this component. So my question really is how do I connect it on the MakeClassic component to go to the HoverContents? So I've got to have HoverContents component, but then I've got to pass the prop in for the ship name and also for the ID, and I've got to work out how this is done. If anyone wants to provide any feedback on this, I'm welcome to any suggestions.